Hi guys, Tech James here. So as you might know, Borderlands 2 is a game on the PlayStation Vita. Now there's actually kind of a problem with this game. I've just been playing it a bit right now and the FPS should be on 30 FPS all the time. This is a 30 FPS game, but the problem is as I'm playing, sometimes it will drop quite a bit. So as you can see there, it dropped to 28, 25, and when you're actually playing and you notice these FPS drops, it actually looks quite bad and it can actually look quite laggy. So as you can see, as I'm playing right now, it dropped to 23, now it's back up to 30, and these FPS drops are just really annoying and they just ruin the gameplay. So I thought maybe we can use some plugins to actually get the FPS working. This plugin right here is called the FPS frame counter. You can actually download it, it's on auto plugin. I will be showing you what plugins I will be using right now. Okay guys, so what I'm going to do now is go ahead and open up auto plugin and I'm going to show you guys the plugins that I use to test this out. So let's just go open up auto plugin right now. If you do not have this installed, you will need to follow my video. I have a video for it on my channel. Obviously you need custom firmware to get these kind of apps in the first place. Okay, so once we're on auto plugin, let's press X on plugins for PS Vita, press X on install plugins, and we need to scroll down and let me show you the two plugins that I got. The first plugin I got here right here is Frame Counter. Now if you wish to install this, all you have to do is install it on your URO or UXO. This is wherever your TIE folder is located. So press L or R to change from each of them. Mine is on UXO, so what I would do is press X and it would then install it on that. So as you can see, it's now been installed, and if you're not sure, you can actually install it on both because these are such small plugins. So now let's get the second one, which is the LOL icon plugin. I don't really like the name of it, but yeah, that's just what it's called. So what we can do is do this the same. Press L right, choose where your TIE folder is. Mine's on UXO. They should be both in the same place. And then you just press X and it will say please wait, and now they have been installed. So what we can actually do now is press start and our PS Vita will restart, and then we can get these plugins working on the game. So obviously when our system restarts, we will need to run the h-encore custom firmware again. If you have this permanently installed, obviously you don't have to, but for me, I'm on 3.68, so I just have to run it every time. Okay, so you will get this green text at the top when you know it's restarted. So what we can actually do to activate this menu is hold the select button, press the up button. Now we'll be showing more of it. I have actually made a full video on this, but I will be showing more in the game. And then to close this down, we just press select and then the down button. So this video is more about Borderlands than the actual plugin, because this is a game which has quite a lot of problems even though it was designed for the PS Vita. So let's go ahead and start this up and let's see, are we still getting those 7 to 8 FPS drops, or is it working completely fine? Okay guys, so now we have got the plugins we need. What I need to do is press select and then press the up button. This is going to bring up the lolicon kind of like overclock menu. So what I'm going to do is scroll down to overclock options and press X to open it. Now this is what it's on by default. As you can see, the CPU clock is 3333. That's actually what it is on the PSP 1000 as well. The GPU clock is on 166. Obviously we want to change this, so let's change it up. We've got game defaults, max preferences, that one, and yeah, max battery. I wouldn't recommend using that one. So let's keep this on max preferences and let's see if it improves it. So what we need to do, press circle to go back, go down to save as default and press X. And now we can press select and the down button on the D-pad and the menu will go. So now let's test it out. It's still on 30 FPS. Are we still getting these annoying frame drops where it drops down? So it's gone up to 34, 31. Let's just have a look around the map. 37, 35. Okay, so it seems to be staying above 30. Now I'm not sure if it's different in there. Okay, so it just went down to 29, but it's better than what it was on before. As you can see before, it went down to like 23, stuff like that. That's just unplayable really. So I don't know if this will have battery performance issues, meaning like your battery will run out quicker. I don't know if this might heat up your console a bit quicker, but as you can see, it's a lot more playable. It's not actually going down to 20 anymore. Hopefully the FPS counter is actually clear on video, but yeah, if I just look around like I was before, we aren't actually getting it down to like 23 and stuff like that. So yeah, I just thought this was quite cool. I know quite a lot of people wanted to play this game, and I was reading some stuff about it on Reddit and stuff, and so many people were complaining, saying it's just pointless because the FPS drops are, you know, they're like 7 FPS in one drop, and it's very noticeable. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. I thought this was quite cool, just using the plugin, and oh, we just got 40 FPS there, so that's quite cool. And this game at 30 FPS is definitely playable, but when it drops down to 23 and stuff like that, it really just ruins it. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.